Welcome home, brave heroes. Hello, hello. I see people. I see France. I see Ribby's underpants. Hello, Ribby, Rob Champ, Rob and Rib. Welcome to being the first ones on scene today. I've got some music playing in the background. I need to go remind myself what music does play at the beginning of the stream. Because I can't remember if it's a jazz track or the medieval stuff. Medieval. There's a smart branding opportunity name there. I'm gonna move my stream stuff down onto the second monitor. And really thinking about taking a week off of just everything, just to figure out how to make sure absolutely everything that I want to works every single time I log in. Believe it or not, I've got stream avatars open. Nothing showing up yet again. I have tried to troubleshoot this. I don't get it. The chat's not even showing up now, which makes no sense at all. More than anything, the chat should be showing up on the stream. So, hate to see that. Yes, I'm painting thick goblin ladies today. Joe, welcome. We're going to be painting a lot of stuff, and we're probably just going to get right to it. Although I did get to start the stream a little bit early and wait for people to come in. That was pretty cool. It's 8 pancakes for lunch. Hello. Pancake man. Currently just... Oh, copy the overlay URL. Ooh, that might work. Stuck in the medieval with you. Cyclone Taylor, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. The mornings just continue to fly by. And it feels like I'm not doing enough in my mornings, which is not a great feeling, but I gotta look back on what I have done, what I have accomplished, and think, all right, that was a goal. That was good enough. I mean, you got to. Sometimes I get where I really did not accomplish very much at all, and I get frustrated. And then I have to think, why? Why did I not accomplish very much? Sometimes it's because I have retakes. Board game unboxings sometimes, and sometimes broadcasts. I get 20-30 minutes into a thing, and I'm just like, this is going to be hell to edit. I'm just going to start over. And there's 30 minutes burned up. And then if you re-record or restart, you spend maybe only 20 minutes doing it now, because you can nail all your points correctly the way that you want to the first time and such. And then you get to edit that. So the entire video that you just created front to back, it could be like 3 hours of time, and then it's like I have to do more than one video a day to keep up with the cadence that I planned out and advertised to everybody. I can't just not, But yeah, I'm not too down about it. I definitely know. It's just, I get used to being productive some weeks, and other weeks it's tough. So you switched over to Premiere Pro. Very good. We're just going to try really quick to get this overlay to work. And if I can do that, I will be gravy. So I'm gonna save the overlay, copy the overlay link. I'd like to get rid of this image, actually. Just get rid of this image, please. Trash it. There we go. That works out great, actually. We've got a latest super chat. Now, let's change the font to HeroQuest. We can change that. We can change the font. I hope. I better be able to. No, it doesn't let me do that. Weird. Weird. Pick a font. Pick a font. There we go. There it is. I have a lot of fonts. Oh, these aren't my fonts. That's a shame. That's a ripoff too. Total ripoff. These aren't my fonts. Give me the ability to upload my font, you fools. I guess I can't do that after all. Never mind, never mind. All right. The recent recruits window, we can have that be smaller than it is. You have to let me know what you think about the music that I have chosen today. It is part of Azakela's Beat Magic suite. Okay, and I can make this chat box substantially bigger, which is what I want to do. There we go. 2 channels is a lot of work, and I'm going to 3. I actually technically have 3 already. So technically I'm going to 4. But the 3rd channel is buried within my Linktree stuff. And the 4th channel, I am going to probably record and do content for it little by little, and really not try to let it take away from anything else that I'm doing. And then one day I'll be like, the channel's ready, and when I turn it on, I'll already have all my videos in place and automatically publishing and such. For at least, I don't know, a good month or 2. Can copy the overlay URL one more time. Go in here. The chat box. Still does not seem to be working. Let's try one more time. And then, in the case that that does not work, which it doesn't look like it is, never mind, the chat box is broken. This is why I think it takes more energy than I want it to take to stream. Alright, we're gonna switch over to my dual cam layer, folks. Ready for this? Ready? Here we go. Aw, yeah. You get to see what I'm doing. And then I get to change my layout. My own. There we go. So you can kind of see what I'm doing over here. I don't know if it's necessary to see, but might be all right. Might be all right. Now, we need lights to properly see what it is that we've got going on over here. And I have something to share. I have a new light set up. These lights I was able to get and tape them on, adhere them to my, like that? Check it. Whoa. Look this way. There we go. That, my friends, lights that I have on my frame. This frame is super easy to move around. Well, it's not super easy. It's heavy duty. It's heavy. It is ready to go high if I need it to go high. Although, I don't need it to go high at all. I just need it to be wide, and I couldn't get a wide one without getting one that went high. But I got lights for the inside of it, just to tape. And you might think, well, Ash, that's gonna mess with your overall camera positioning abilities, and it doesn't at all. This still moves left and right in the center. I don't need it to move farther than that. And then if I do need a camera mounted elsewhere, that's what I've got these babies for. These are extremely handy, and they were very affordable. I think it was like $12 for 2 of them. But you mount one of these ball heads on the top. Actually, this comes with the ball head already mounted. And then you can clamp that to whatever you wish. You can clamp it to the frame up here, anywhere, and that will hold your camera nicely. So I have lots and lots of options with this. I've also got these L brackets and these little clamps for holding a green screen. I did a review about this thing on my Amalgam Ash channel. But I got the lights turned on so I can show you the miniatures that I'm working on now. So I'm going to do that. We're gonna check this out. I got a preview of everything I can see up here in my camera, just barely. I've got Hot Wheels boxes. Check it out, guys. Aren't they cool? This is actually what I'm keeping my paints in. Not ideal, mind you, but gosh, they fit so well. That's so aesthetically pleasing. And if I could just get the back of these to kind of lock in place, I'd have it able to set up like this diagonally. So the comment, Ribby, on your HeroQuest setup. You're right. If you had multiple cameras all going at once, ABC track, that would be just seamless. Throw them on different tracks in Premiere, and then whenever you need to clip one, because you're not talking or whatever, you're setting some stuff up, you can just edit all that out. You can go ahead and cut right down all of them and remove the exact same amount of time from them. It's nice. I've been getting a lot better at keyboard shortcuts, and I actually have gone in and have customized my own keyboard shortcuts because I want to work as efficiently as possible. So I have shortcut keys assigned to ASD, QW, and E. And I went in and I edited what those keys do. So I've got where the playhead is, it will go ahead and cut from where the playhead is all the way to the left, the preceding clip. I've got where it'll cut all the way to the right, the next clip, so that I can go do a slice really fast, which I can do a slice by hitting S, and then I can go backwards and hit A if I need to edit everything to the left of the slice, or I can go forwards and hit D if I want to edit past the slice, and I've got others as well. I think E I've got set up to scrub twice as fast, or 1.5 times as fast. But you can, yeah, oh God, that does sound very painful. Very, very painful. Where'd the cars go? The cars are non-existent. I haven't had Hot Wheels since I was, man, 9. I mean, I love Hot Wheels, but I'll tell you where it's at for me. What I went into after Hot Wheels was Micro Machines. That, my friends, that's where Ash went. He went to Micro Machine Land. I've got all my Army Painter speed paints, and I've got something I want to show you. This is, if it'll focus. It's not going to focus? You're not going to focus? You're not? Do I need to clean the lens by wiping my greasy finger across? Come on. What are you doing? There we go. Brush on primer. Got these at my local game store. I got 3 of them because I'd never seen this before out there. And I'm like, I gotta have this. I gotta have these. I gotta have these. I have to have them. I have to have these for my painting sesh. It's gonna make things so easy. I had the Micro Machines toolbox. It turned into a whole city. I loved stuff like that. I loved stuff like that. We're going to prime some miniatures before we do anything else, and we're going to run right into that right now. I'm going to show you what I'm priming. We're going to prime my Reaper Blacksmith. No, he's not a Reaper. He's an old man, but he's made by Reaper Miniatures. I have a selection of brushes, and I have some Dollar Tree brushes. My wife kindly gave me these brushes to play with. She said these are miniature brushes, specifically. So I don't think we're going to need like a whole lot of anything. Oh, where's my palette? Where's my... Hold on, I gotta go get my fidget popper palette thing I got. Try something different. Set this to continual autofocus to make sure I can... Are those stairs down, or did you just trick us out? No stairs. No stairs here. No stairs here. Rudolph, you haven't missed anything at all. Welcome to the stream. I rented that Micro Machines game. I was the best at it. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze out a little more than I normally would for this, because I'm gonna use it quite a bit in this stream. That's it. We're gonna get right to it. Got my water off camera. We're gonna stream this guy up. Stream. Primer. Ooh, look at that. You guys get tired of this, I'll switch the kit, the music kit, over to something else. Oh yeah, I like this. This is going right on. Oh, to have young eyes that could just paint without eye magnification. I'm just priming. I don't know if I'm gonna need eye assistance when I get to the serious part. Joe, I bought my first pair of cheaters just a week or so ago, so I mean, we'll see how this challenges me. Okay, don't be afraid to really get the primer on there. It's gonna drink it right up. This is a Reaper Bones miniature. I don't know if this particular line says that it doesn't need to be primed or what have you. I know that there are some of them that are like that. No need to prime. And then there's instructions on how to prime miniatures that are no need to prime miniatures. So this is why I have trust issues. We can get really close to the camera here. I've only had this camera for 5 years and I still forget where it is. Located on my phone. The thick goblin ladies will be next here. We're gonna let him prime. We're gonna let this guy prime while I switch. But I'm gonna hold him by his base. I'm gonna make sure he's entirely primed. Except for his base. I don't really care if his base is primed or not. We're not gonna worry about that. This is not the right brush for this, it seems. It's not covering very much at all. I keep having to turn and rebrush some spots. Maybe that's normal. Maybe a more experienced painter can tell me that that's fine. So, I put out a poll recently about kind of investigating the claims of some people just to see if they were serious, or if I needed to just consider it funny, haha, joking. And a lot of that was a lot of my recent poll was based on comments that have been made over the years, not just recently, not by one individual, but by a lot, concerning whether or not I should do ASMR content. Now, if you're like me, the mere mention of that phrase might conjure up an image in your head of somebody like just tapping or squishing a microphone, or perhaps tapping nails on a, I don't know, chalkboard. I don't know what early ASMR creators do or have done. I just know when it started, it wasn't anything I was interested in whatsoever. But I've come to realize that people have taken this to an art form. And I've done some research, and while I'm still not interested in just basically trigger sounds, I like very much the roleplay aspect of it. I like the fantasy environment, person in costume, and basically an environment that somebody can kind of chill out and either watch or listen to while they're doing something else. And the broadcast is kind of my initial response to that. It's okay, people say they like listening to me talk, so I will talk. And I will appease that group and see if it goes anywhere. And for those of you that follow the broadcast, thank you very much. It's inspired me to get it onto multiple platforms. We are on an RSS feed now. The broadcast is an official podcast now, baby. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this. He's primed. He's primed. Did I clean the minis? No, not at all. Not the Reaper. Just opened it out of its package and said that's good. There's one more that I'm going to do before I get into the goblin. I have to show you this guy. I gotta show you this. This is familiar, right? 32 millimeter. Immaculate detail. Whoops. A couple of spots that need to be. No orb. I gotta paint the table first. I gotta paint the table, then I'll put the orb on. I'll show you the orb. I have the orb. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have the orb, and yes, it was printed resin. I'm not really super sure that I needed to print an orb when I could have just grabbed an actual crystal or something. But this will be fun to paint, you know? It'll be fun to try out. So, I have an orb. It'll be easy to prime. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good ASMR stuff out there now. There's still a lot of stuff that I consider to be too fan servicey, and that's kind of where my mind used to go immediately, but now I kind of recognize that there's a realm beyond that. Well, it's sticking fine so far. Oh, I'm really going to need a different brush, I think. As for the resin prints, these were cleaned. These were bathed in alcohol before they were allowed to cure. So, the ones from Reaper say they are ready to be painted as soon as they come out of the box. I'm not super concerned about cleaning them. Not really concerned about a lot. This is very much a ChillStream vibe. So if there are mistakes, there are mistakes. Yeah, a lot of talking softly. I've been listening to Ann ASMR in the morning sometimes now. Sometimes at the same time I'm editing. When I know I just need to do a lot of cuts, I don't need to do a lot of listening. And she does really, really cool stuff. And I think that's the direction that I would like to go. Thanks to feedback from people on that subject. He's taken stuff pretty well. You can still see kind of the ridges. Yeah, gray on gray, I know. There is a slight difference though. I can tell a slight difference. So I think it'll be okay. Gray on gray. My goblin ladies, which we're almost at them, they don't need primed. They've been primed white. So we're gonna get them. We're gonna go straight into painting on those. It's gonna be glorious. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna come back to these guys later. I'll tell you what, I'm probably not gonna use the brush on primer for any of the 75mm figurines because I'm not trying to go broke priming giant minis. You know what I mean? They're all gonna get speed painted, and there's no doubt in my mind the Army Painter primer will work great with the speed paints. But those minis are so damn big, I'm just gonna buy the cans, the rattle cans, and just make sure I get a good brand. And I'm gonna take them out and spray them every time. But the 32mm minis, I'll go ahead and paint. And this guy's taken a lot because he's got a chair that he's sitting on and he's got a table he's sitting at. And that's it's gonna be my one exception. I don't see Harrington, so he's gonna be. I think he's going to be a bit disappointed that he missed the painting stream. There we go. We still have a couple of supports in here that got to come out. I missed these. Okay, I got a couple. We gotta grab three more. And I need help. So I'm gonna get my Rise of the Dread Moon Knight. Rattle cans are great on the hard plastic and resin ones, but the rubbery minis, they can make tacky. Okay. I'll remember that. I take advice. Sometimes. I will take that advice. Or at least I'll keep it in mind. I probably am not going to paint my D&D miniatures, but I get what you mean. I think the Reaper bones will probably always get primed with the brush on primer then. But I don't have too many Reapers that I want to order. I used to love Reaper bones minis. I mean, that's all I wanted. But I'm getting to a point where I have very specific reasons for wanting very specific minis. A lot of it has to do with like playtesting and wanting to be immersed while I'm painting. Yeah, this is a great mini. I think I got this from TwinGoddess. I think this is a TwinGoddess miniature. But there are other versions of this character that have been made into a 3D model. There's a rather inappropriate image out there of this wizard sitting at his table, and instead of pondering an orb, there's a goblin lady under the table, and she's got her rear end sticking up out of the table. And it's absurd. It's ridiculous, but I'm surprised that hasn't been made into a 3D model. It really seems like it would be right up TwinGoddess's alley to make something like that. I don't know why. It just seems like it would be something TwinGoddess would do. All right, I'm gonna get under the table because like you're not gonna see under the table, but add a tiny bit of water to thin the paint into cracks. Okay. I could do that. Oops. Can put the water here, as a matter of fact. It's good advice. We're gonna go ahead and do the gargoyle that way as well. And then just one more layer over the table with the watered down. We're going to go over the sides because there's a lot of runic writing here in the side. All of this is very detailed. Like they did not screw around or half-ass this. This was made to be detailed. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Pancakes is this. He's exactly representing the mood of that alternative image in emoji form. But anyways, I'm pretty excited to pursue the possibility of a channel that is intentionally for role-playing with the viewer. And I'm keeping an eye out for cool ideas, things that are appropriate, you know, because there's a lot out there that goes into the realm of not appropriate for all audiences, and I'm trying to keep 3 out of my 4 channels family friendly and contributing to my overall brand. There we go. I like it. I'm gonna. Oh, and as for that 4th channel, don't worry about that one. That one's on its way out. It's dead. Quite dead. All right. Love it. He's primed. He's ready to go. Ah! Get in there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that Black Label is very, very dead. Very dead. Dead before it was ever alive, you know? I thought this will be a nice, goofy, silly idea, and I can play games that otherwise I could not play. But boy howdy was I wrong. This is one of the models I just got done printing. This is a Orc Made smashing into table. This is a TwinGoddess, I think January. I don't think she was February. Somebody can correct me. If I don't think she was February, she might have been February. Pretty sure she was January. I have her beers, or I think they don't have to be beers. They can be any drink you want them to be. They're just bits of plastic, but they're just mugs of frothy beverage. So she's printed. I've got from a different creator a Waitress. Nice. I've got Brutina the Bugbears. This came in a few variants, and she primed super tacky. I did not enjoy, but also she was not sized for bigger than 32 mm. I blew her up and the supports were still attached, and I'm like, it's just twice the amount. This shouldn't be bad, but it was pretty bad. So I don't know. I might be able to paint her, but I think I might just give up on her. I liked her because she's got animalistic features in her face, fangs, and then like her forearms are very animalistic. They're furry up to the elbows, and then just really muscular and looks like she could be very monstrous. I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and move on to somebody that I printed and already have primed. And that's gonna be the Squire Goblin. This goblin is a squire, very low level, trying to make sure she does a good job for the Knight Goblin, or any knight you want really. And she just comes off of a plate, so she's got some bits of plate stuck to her. Ears, she is barefooted. She's carrying a large sword, presumably that belongs to the knight under whom she is training. She will be a fully fledged knight of her own one day, but for now, her unconfident downward ear position and uncertain look on her face tells us she's just trying to do her best. Next, I've got another mini that's stuck right to the plate. Guess I can't use plates. Guess I can't use these plates when I'm doing this. Is a combination of two of my favorite creatures. The Sangshi, Jiangshi, or Qionshi, or Chinese hopping ghost. And goblin. And fun fact, I used to have the, she's got bits of plate stuck to her as well. Now that last one was advertised to be a goblin, so just a goblin with a tail. This goblin has no tail, and actually could use a bit of touching up as far as priming goes, just on this area. You know, as broad and smooth as some of these surfaces are, haha, I probably could stand to hand prime them instead of spray prime. I don't like how this particular brand of primer has treated my minis. Let's set her to the side and see who else we've got that we're going to paint today. I said that I had some HeroQuest, didn't I? I do. I have a skeleton I want to paint. I don't want the stream to be a lie. I'm going to go grab that skeleton. the stream will be a lie. I have no idea where the skeleton is, but the stream's also not a lie because I'm going to be using all of my 32mm miniatures for one of the versions of HeroQuest that I have, so ha! Didn't you mention that you wanted to do a goblin-themed thing with all these various minis? Yes, I do. It's something that Yami Fira suggested, and I really liked the idea when they suggested it. I want to do Goblin Quest or Gobbo Quest, and I want to strictly use only TwinGoddess miniatures. And oh no, here we go. Skeleton's right here on the plate. Wonderful, wonderful. We can paint this skeleton. Shake. Pretend I'm going down the escalator. I don't know if my knees have that ability, but if I can remember to do it the next time I get up, I'll do it just for you, Joe. I want... What do we need? I want holy white on this skeleton. I want this to be a bleached skeleton. We're going to do the skeleton first, very quickly, and then we'll have access to the white. Oh, wow. This paint got some spider webbage going on. So it's called Holy White. It looks very gray. But we're also going to thin it out a little bit. And gray on gray on gray. I love it. We're going to paint a lot of the details on the skeleton with this. We're not even going to slow down to consider what it is we're doing. We'll come back and go over it with other colors for things like armor. But like, just to make sure we get all of the bones. Yeah, I hate the textures and stuff that my spray paint applied to this. So honestly, some primer that's been watered down, some brush on. That's the direction I'm going to go with my HeroQuest minis from now on. And I tell you, I wasn't really like concerned with painting any of them at all ever. But I really happen to like the ones that I've painted so far, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could see myself painting the rest of them as long as I keep it pretty well similar. Because like, Rose the orc, I know she's an orc. I know she's an orc at a glance. I know this character. But she's special. She's got personality. She stands out from the other orcs. And then, like, I know these are goblins at a glance. I don't even have to worry about... Yes, he still got the mushroom from the mushroom video. I know these guys are goblins. So I'm really happy with them. And I don't have to worry about not knowing what they are at a glance. And, like... I know this is a Dread Warrior, duh, but he's actually the majority of him is still silver and gray, so really that doesn't count. Gobbo Quest is going to be HeroQuest with goblins. Yeah, I'll probably borrow all the HeroQuest mechanics, but I don't think I'll make it the exact same. I'll probably we need to pick a green. We need to pick a green now. Do we want Shamrock? We want Absolution? Let's get some Absolution green for our Gobbo. I see her being dark, but we could probably do a little bit of, we could multicolor. Wow. That's a dark color. We'll do 3 drops of Absolution green. And our brush is pretty clean. Okay. Oh yes. It hasn't lightened up yet, but this is going to be great. Wait, is that clothing or is that just a rope around bare leg? I think that's just bare leg. TwinGoddess likes their thick goblin ladies. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. it's nice to see variations on this, of course, from time to time. There are a few OC goblins out there that I've seen on the Twitterverse and stuff. I think eventually they'll all make it into the TwinGoddess repertoire. A lot of them have. Angie is one of those goblins that is made art of by one of those Twitter artists. I don't want to demean them at all by saying one of those Twitter artists. I mean, one of those artists that I'm talking about. And TwinGoddess has a miniature of Angie. There's another one that's a very short stack princess, and she's got a really tall, skinny crown, and she's a goblin. And oh god, that kind of caked up in places. I don't like that. I may need to figure out why that is. I think I just wasn't fast enough with it. Well, that's what we got so far. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do a different brush. Let's do that'd be like the same brush, just about. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just be more careful, huh? Be a little bit more speedy. More careful, more speedy. Let's start in the dark area and come out into the more exposed to the light areas. Angie, there's another Twitter artist called Roxy. The princess with the tall crown, that's another one TwinGoddess has done. I'm almost certain that there are many of them that have artist owners, and they're actually like the OCs of these artists, or the mascots of them, you know? So that's why my hopes are pretty high that one of these days I'll be able to get TwinGoddess's attention, and I'll be able to say, hey, I've got a goblin mascot, unlike any of these others. I'm gonna do the whole tail, except for the tip, but I'll probably bleed the green a little bit into the tip. Whoops, yeah, that was gonna happen. It's been a couple months actually since I picked up a paintbrush, so my brush hand is very Gene Wilder right now. It's very shaky. Ribby. Ribby's not my mascot. Nilbog. But like I'd have to be pretty I'd have to share that, you know, this is Nil is not a fan service goblin in the slightest. Nil is a very silly and a very silly and friendly goblin that there's no helping it. I'm gonna have to paint the eyebrows over and come back to them. And if we're getting into OC characteristics, I planned for Nil to stand apart from other OC goblins by being completely ace. So the only thing Nil wants is treasure. Okay, I have to get... Game needs a goblin named Ribby. We could probably get a Ribby character in the game. What kind of character would he be? Try not to paint those pearly whites. I guess I'll just go over the whole face, because why not? Can always go right back over it again, huh? So I'll probably do a Gobbo quest, like almost like a skirmish game with a point buy system, but it'll be very HeroQuest like as well. And I'll just have, because there's so many single characters. So many single characters in the TwinGoddess universe. So we have to utilize the differences in the individual characters. A total clown, like a Ferengi in Gobbo form. I could see it. So not a general. Oh, we gotta do the foots. We gotta do the tootsies, man. They're wrapped. She's not barefoot. She's got her feet wrapped all the way down to the toes. All I can do is toesies. Is it gonna be game engine or tabletop? I'd probably just do tabletop. Game engine would mean that I'm distributing it somehow, and I'd rather not tread on what TwinGoddess has going on in any way, especially if one day I hope to have my character done by them. They have a commission tier for that stuff too, so like even if I don't get recognized by TG, I can commission Nil to be made into a goblin. And then Nil can be given to the world. It's like a $700 tier though. That wasn't a silly question, because the heroic questish game that I'm making is a game engine game. But if I just show you how to do the stuff on the channel, the rules and junk, then if you have the components, you can do whatever you want and make things your way. So rather than distributing materials, I'm just distributing ideas. You could say, well, Ash, you could do that with the board, with the video game too. You'd be right, but it wouldn't be as accessible. So we want it to be as accessible as possible. Let's get her little shoulders. Let's get her little shoulders. This is the kind of stuff I think about. What can I make? How can I make it? Will other people want to do stuff with it? It's the entire purpose of the channel. Inspiring one to make. I really actually like how I went on lighter on the shoulder and the arm, and it kind of looks like she just doesn't get a lot of sun in that spot, so it's lighter. I like that. I'm gonna keep it. I gotta go back here though. Looks like she's got exposed lower, like belly. And that, I think, goes around to the back. And then, should I give her hands gloves? Yeah, it's implied that she's got gloves. So I'm going to keep her hands glovey. But I am going to paint the back of her ear. Get all the spots. This video might have a shaky quality to it. I hope it doesn't, but it might. You know, it's just so the very first video that I do on my channel that is not come out yet, and I don't have a rough timeline or a ballpark or anything as to when I'll have time for it, but first video is going to be obviously me waiting for you to come to because you're unconscious, you the viewer, and when you awaken, I'm going to explain to you that everything's going to be fine. I'm employed by the Empire, and I'm at my station, which is to say, I gotta even this out. I wonder if it'll even work, what I want to do here. This cheek's way too dark. I'm going to tell you, the viewer, that you have just waltzed right into a teleporter, which is normal. It's fine. You can teleport if you want. The kingdom doesn't, like, prohibit independent teleportation devices. However, they may have to start doing it soon because you have been afflicted with a chaos trap. And I'm not, the references will be vague. I'm not going to call out specifically what this means or what possibilities are there. Let's get some slightly darker color here to represent the shade that would occur. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I hate that take on teleportation. I hate that. Like, it's valid, but God, that's terrifying. Terrifying. Hate that. Maybe I can mention that or touch on it when I'm in the video talking about it, because some of this stuff gets people thinking and commenting, and that's always good. All right, gotta find out what else on you is green. The back of your arm over here is green because it's exposed. I'm losing hair in my brush, man. That's not cool. Let's see if I can't straighten it out with a little bit of water and twistage. And the other ear. How did I miss her other ear? Yeah, do you not like the unevenness of this? Maybe I need to work faster. So now I'm doing the 32mm stuff. This is not an issue whatsoever. Maybe I'm just too heavy-handed with it. Using too much at a time. Make sure there's no plate attached to this. There we go. That's better. When I say plate, I mean paper plate. I mean cheap barrier and I regret using it. Not gonna happen again, probably. Oh, we got streakage. Maybe the primer didn't really work out very well either. So I'm a licensed or certified Chaos Magic neutralizer. And since you've been afflicted with Chaos Magic, we've got to do a few things to get you triaged. One, see if it's anything that requires you to be brought to an Empire-sanctioned Chaos Magic Center. Or two, if we can take care of you right there. And Shar had a lovely idea. She said, what if we turn it into a choose your own adventure type, where the video ends with a choice and you get to choose which direction it takes. And upon doing so, you're changing the outcome of the treatment and the results that are received by the treatment. Markiplier style, you got it, that's exactly the idea. Oh no, I don't like her arm anymore. Let's redo it. A Markiplier enjoyer. Yeah. Go ahead. Hands starting to shake. I don't have the correct painter's muscles. Oh, never mind. The whole house is shaking. Somebody's out there stomping around. Probably my teenager. I feel like I need to apologize to this goblin for where I'm having to handle her. It's like trying to paint her with respect. Okay, we have do not like the unevenness. I'm definitely gonna need to figure out how I can make sure that this is super even. And if you choose wrongly, you get the noise of screaming pigs and nails on blackboard. Oh no. Go straight to goblin resources. Goblin resources. Yeah. I can't take this to human resources. The goblins are screwed no matter what, because if I go to human resources, they'll be like, it's fine. And if I go to goblin resources, they'll be like, it's fine if you give me a coin. What are you gonna do? I think I got all the green that I want to get on her. Next thing I'm gonna do is go after this tail. And when I see a tail like this, I'm not sure if I think darker green or if I think lighter green. Maybe I would like it to match the hair on her head, but I'm not quite sure what color that should be either. So, kind of wanting something warm, I think. Maybe I make her blonde, you know? I could use Crusader Skin or Nuclear Sunrise. I don't think I'm done with her, actually, but we'll stop on her for now with the skin. And I'll just put a drop, 2 drops of Nuclear Sunrise. We're gonna see what that looks like on the tail. On the tail. Focus. There we go. You know, that's kind of what I imagined. It's a warm color. I would kind of like it to blend. I don't know how to do that. It'd be really cool if I could figure that out. Okay, then we'll get a close up here. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Liking it. All right. We'll take that and put it in her hair as well then. So we're gonna grab by the sword. I'm lucky I got a great place to hold on to this gobbo for this job. And I'm gonna take the slow and steady approach. Because slow and steady does what? Wins the race. It's my gobbo jobbo. That doesn't... We'll just never utter that phrase again. Yeah, I kind of saw her as maybe a blonde or sort of orangish hair, and I think it's looking good. Need some Bob Ross happy little accidents? That's a good point. Just slap it on without any care or regard. You know what? That is the Wylock Armory way. You've inspired me. Just go with it. Just go with it. I can always reprint her. That's not gonna happen. That's a lot of resin. Well, the primary reason it won't happen is because I have so many things I want to print. I can't print twice. And she takes up the whole bed too. Printing bed. Be a really small bed. So you can only print like one, maybe two, if you're lucky, of these 75 MMs at a time. It's a hard life. Oh. In there. No white. No white primer showing at all. Well, that's not covering that. Oh well. Oh well. Then it's like when I need to anchor my hand on something, I really start to see the value of the Citadel paint holder. Although I could just 3D print one of those too, probably. A better one than the Citadel. Better because it doesn't cost $16.99 at my friendly local game store. I need to get that hair right in between. Alright, and then I get this cowlick. Apparently the cowlick defied my attempts to paint earlier. That's funny. That's what cowlicks do. They defy. Oh. A bottle cork and some wall tack. What do you do if the wall tack fails? I'd get nervous at any time I'm painting and I'm in the zone, I'm concentrating, and suddenly it falls. I think I'm good. I think I got all the hair that I wanted to get. Okay. Now, I think I really, really hope I can get her eyes, which I can't do just yet. Let's see here. Let's go for... Let's get this nuclear sunrise is what I painted her hair. Let's get some Crusader skin on these wraps around the feet. Could I have her snoozing? Oh, that's such a good idea. I don't know. I don't know. It looks like if I did that, if I skipped it, her eyes are molded to be open. You could see like her eyelids up here. I don't think I can do that with her. Did a bit of fortune on brushes and paint there, so probably that's why. Yeah. It'd be cool to get a free one from my game store. I would like that. Wonder if it makes any difference if I just drop that directly onto the model. Probably don't want to gamble with that, actually. So I'm not gonna. Is this? Yeah, this is the color I wanted. It starts off darker, but then it's fine. Oh, we can tickle her feet now. Tickle the feet with this Crusader skin. That'll wake her up. This is... Officially, this has become a video that I could go share to Goblin communities everywhere. All kinds. I have just attracted attention that I do not want or need. Would like to get the back of these wraps now. You're the one tickling her feet. I have to. It's not for science, but it's for art. It's mandatory. The joke's on you. Every part of a goblin is ticklish. God. Definitely have a rookie setup here. Like, my brush keeps hitting either the microphone or the camera. Oh, but I love these colors so much. I was recently watching an auction for a fully painted Warhammer Silver Tower game. And the miniatures were painted beautifully. My gosh, they were painted at a professional level. That's what the listing said. And usually I see listings that say professionally painted miniature. It's not by any means photo grade painted miniature. It's just been slapped some paint on and they're like, look at what I did, Mom. And that's fine, but like, don't call it something it's not. But these looked like they belonged on the Games Workshop website. Like they were done by an employee, you know? That's what they looked like to me. They looked great. Anyway, I lost that auction. And I did not find $5. So that's the end of that story. Okay, we got her wraps on. You could paint your camera and microphone that way. True. All right, I like the idea of reusing this color in other places. So let's go for her hair wrap. That's too similar to her hair, actually. So I don't know how well this is going to turn out. Oh crap, I got a little bit on her elbow. dry that off with some water. Yeah, came right off. Came right off. Very good. Also removed the green paint. Son of a... Maybe her hair wrap could be red? What have I got? I've got Slaughter Red. I've got Familiar Pink. I think I'll go with Familiar... Nah, that'll clash. That'll clash. That'll go with the green, but it won't work very well with the orange. I guess I inadvertently following some kind of color wheel and didn't really think about it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to use the Crusader skin to paint the wrap around her sword handle. Oh, that looks good. Looks really good. Oh, that just goes on. Oh, we're going Bob Ross style with this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then back onto the hair wrap. Maybe a more copious amount will help me visualize what's going on here. Yeah, that pretty much worked. That pretty much worked. If you want to see high-res pictures of the results, please consider joining the Discord, always linked in the description below. I will be taking pictures of this. I promise you, the pictures I take of this are going to make this look way different than they look on this camera now, despite it being the exact same camera I'm going to use. You'll be able to see things in the photograph that you can't see here in the live stream. I talked to a real professional mini painter. They were real good, but one mini painting they ask 80 to 140 euro, and they get work from all over the world. I had somebody offer to paint my warlock for me, but I didn't have the heart to send them my warlock. Maybe one day I will build up enough of a confidence to do that. All right, there are a few things on this gobbo that I would like to paint silver. And you can tell I've used this color before. Just gonna do one drop of silver because this stuff is stretching so well. Everything is stretching. We're gonna go back to our goblin. We've got metal bits on the gobbo. Oh, that could be why that's not working the way I want. That paint's too wet. There we go. There we go. Then loop here. I've got a single bristle on this brush that's like rogue, and that's driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to ensure I have nice brushes. Okay, got one more metal loop up here. We've got wraps, so I could definitely go back over this with that Crusader skin. Her torso is wrapped. I find myself holding my breath. Okay, we got one more metal loop on her right side. Her left, our right. Really glad I have these lights now. Last thing to do is paint the guard. Her sword. We're gonna go ahead and just load this sucker up. Paint this guard. Oh yes, 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 yes. And the pommel. I see where some paint dribbled. I'm gonna have to take care of that real quick. Okay. I'm gonna cut the brush, yes. I need to. I don't have the scissors in here, but I will take care of it after the stream. Is everybody done making their HeroQuest quests? You better hurry. You've only got like a month and a half. You never know. I might send you some thick goblin ladies. Unpainted, of course. Pretty sure the prize package does not include TwinGoddess miniatures. But, you know, I could always change that. Oof, oh, that was exhausting. Let's move on to the pommel. Sucking the brush. I mean, that's what could be more appropriate to recommend on a thick goblin waifu painting stream? Oh, that looks great. I love the metallic silver. I've been thinking I should probably go ahead and submit a quest too. I already have an idea. The quest will serve as a gentle reminder of the asset rule, while also providing a resource and poking fun at the asset rule. In case you didn't think such a thing was possible, there's a tinier chain I gotta do real quick right here. Did I think that's it for the metal on this girl? She's got a couple of studs on the back of her top. Think I can get those real quick? Oh, this brush. I'm going to another brush. Sorry, brush. I need precision. I need precision. I need precision. Okay. Water. Rise of the thick. It's very tasty and probably toxic. Rise of the thick moon. Yeah, I think we all know what kind of moon it is too. It's a full moon. All right, gloves. This time, not Crusader skin, not Slaughter red, not bright red, Greyhound. Where's the brown? I know I have a brown. I know, I have dark wood. There you are. Dark wood. Shake. Good morning, Nick. A friendly wah to you. Got some good news. I was pretty worried that I was missing a card in my Silver Tower, my incomplete, because the box says there's 40 exploration cards. And so I look and I've only got 39, and I'm like, what kind of loser takes out an exploration card? Did it just have like good art on it or something? Is that why they took it? So I did some research online, and it turns out there are only 39 exploration cards proper, but there's a 40th card in the pack of exploration cards, and it's really just the Gryph-hound. And other people thankfully had this question as well on Board Game Geek, and somebody was very kind to answer, and somebody else was like, I didn't realize that was the case, let me check mine. And of course they had the same result. So that was good, because I really thought that I needed to like buy either a whole new pack of exploration cards, or that I needed to hunt down specifically which one it was. And I'm like, this is going to be the opposite of a return on investment. In the future, I'll be able to tell a machine to print my 3D model for me, and it will use AI to do it, and I will feel vastly unfulfilled by my possessions. I will have no reason to create art. Indeed, by that time I'll just be working for a semiconductor factory as human QA, which they'll need to make sure everything's functioning properly, but I'll be technically overseen by an AI, and I'll have to constantly watch how I turn in my reports, because the AI will be like, did you mean this? And I'll be like, no. And then I'll have to come in on Tuesdays, despite not working Tuesdays, because some joker will have hacked the AI to schedule me for a Tuesday by giving it some bullcrap like it's opposite day today. And the AI prompt creator will not have realized that that trick works on that specific AI. So I'll have to work Tuesday. And then payroll will be AI, and they'll determine that I don't need to get paid for Tuesday because I'm not supposed to work on Tuesday. Then I'll get fired for coming in to work on a Tuesday. And if I try to go pull a record of the AI telling me to come in, I won't be able to get it because it will have forgotten. And then when I tell it that it told me to come in on Tuesday, it'll say, no, you don't work Tuesdays. And actually you're fired. So then I'll have to go get a job at a different semiconductor factory just down the street, which was built by AI. and its creator thankfully will not share the same like hiring database or network, and they won't be interested in any feedback from their competitor as to why I was fired. So then I'll work at that AI company as a human food inspector, because they won't need humans for very much else. In the cafeteria, and then I will not have anything to really spend my money on because of society making sure that they finally lean into turning profits over to the small worker. Then I'll wake up to my alarm, think what a weird dream that was, and go to work at my actual job, where I'll be thankful that all of that was just something my brain made up, and it'll never come to pass, not in a million years. Oh, Joel, that was dangerous. That was dangerous. My fingers are cramping up. Ugh. All right. We're going to do a little bit of stretching here. I'm actually out of time. I'm out of time. I'm going to have to stop on my gobbo and realize that I really put a lot of paint in this thing. So, I wasn't actually going to paint my other goblin green. Funnily enough, I was going to give her light blue skin, the skin of a proper Jiangxi. So I don't have a whole lot else to do. I didn't prime anybody that I planned on painting green either. So at this point, I could probably go over some spots that I need to touch up on my goblin here. Whilst also keeping in mind that she's going to be darker in these spots. But yeah, this is pretty cakey. I may need to make sure I dilute it with water next time, and start with a water dilute just to like tone everything instead of outright try to paint it. So guys, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I'm going to make sure cakey is appropriate for that cake. Definitely using Army Painter Speed Paints 2.0. I will resume this activity. All this stuff is going to get put away because I'm not going to resume it on a non-streaming day. I'm going to make sure I'm on camera. Well, maybe. I don't know. I might finish the Squire. I might paint the Orb Man. But it's not like super important to do one or the other. I don't really care which one I end up doing. I was wondering why my camera wasn't working. Okay, so time to go. 10:34 my time, AM, usually the time that I halt all activities back here. Turn off that light, and I will see you guys again. Thank you all for showing up. I appreciate you all very much. It's been a lot of fun chatting and visiting with you guys. Pancakes and Joe and Ribby, early birds. Lots of fun always. Have a wonderful day yourself, Nick. I appreciate you dropping in. And we'll have some different tracks playing next time as well. So until then, guys, I will see ya. And if you missed the stream and you want to catch what was going on early on, just check out the VOD after the stream publishes. I think it's instant, but sometimes it takes a while. Bye for now.